2K Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, is proud to bring you the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today's coverage of the Farmers Insurance Open is about to begin. I'm Luke Elvey alongside Rich Beam in the booth, and it's a hello to Henny Koyak down on the course following our featured group.
Hi Luke, I'm very much looking forward to bringing you the action from the golf course for this week's featured group. Now there is a sense of maybe fear, heightened competition this week, as this player has said that they're starting up a rivalry with their playing partner.
Well, it looks like this player is aiming to beat Lexi Thompson, which very few people can boast. This should be an exciting showdown, Henny.
Luke, Lexi's young but has been on tour for about 30-40 years, it seems. She's been playing forever. She doesn't lack in experience. She can do it all. Not to mention, you'll be looking at her back for most of the day because she'll outdrive you.
Yes, Lexi loves the long ball, and so do we. Good luck in this rivalry, because when Lexi gets on top, it's very hard to beat her. Well played, mate. And he's down there.
Yeah, I think he's got around 135.
Looks like they're going with the pitching wedge. Well, that's a lovely approach and sets up a birdie opportunity here at the first.
Nearly doesn't get any better than that. Amazing shot.
Putting for birdie here. This one started out on a good line. Well, that's delightful. A birdie to get the round underway.
I've never been disappointed by starting off my round with a birdie, Luke, I can tell you that.
The second, a short par 4, one that the players like to take on these days, Rich. A good birdie look here.
They do. It used to be where you laid back on top of the hill and took a wedge, 9-iron sometimes for your second shot, but a lot of players now are challenging that bunker down the right-hand side, getting as far down there as possible, and just having a flick with a sand wedge in for their second.
Setting up here with a very long putt.
All right, guys, this for 2 birdies in a row.
Oh, that's too bad. Good chance, this one. Right on 6 feet.
This is important. Big par putt here.
And this one will be for bogey. Now moving over to Lexi Thompson.
It's been so tight. She's tied here with her rival. And can she pull ahead now?
Oh, that impressed me and her. Let's take a look at the leaderboard. There are so many stunning golf holes on this entire property. And this third, the par 3 downhill, certainly one of the elite holes on the course.
It might be stunning to look at, but it is painful. Can be extremely painful to play. Downhill all the way. When they tuck the pin over on the left-hand side, forget about it. Never hit it there. Only when the pin is on the center or the right part of the green should you be taking dead aim. Other than that, center of the green all day long.
Looks to have chosen the 7-iron.
Taking things up a notch in this Lexi Thompson rivalry, that shot will add some fuel to the fire.
Lining up the birdie putt here. Looking good. That's the way to bounce back. Good way to make up for the bogey at the last. Let's take a look at Lexi Thompson, shall we?
She's currently trailing her rival. Let's see what happens here.
Getting ready to play their third. Oh, you've made it. What a play. And after that effort, this is how the leaderboard looks right now. One of the hardest holes on the entire property is the par 4 fourth, Rich. It is a strong, demanding hole right from tee to green.
Very picturesque, this fourth hole. Pacific Ocean directly to the golfer's left-hand side. Don't be sucked in by the views, however. You want no part of that. And you certainly don't want any part of that fairway bunker down the right-hand side either. Find the fairway, and you've got a good chance at knocking it on this green in two. Be wary, though. Anything long and left on this green is no good.
Good shot there, Beamer. The ladies' game has been dominated by Koreans for such a long time, but America has been able to have this resurgence basically off the back of Lexi Thompson and the generation she's started to inspire.
Lexi Thompson is so fun to watch because she's got a very unique swing, and when you look at it, you kind of look back and you go, okay, that went a long way. Okay, that went right at the hole. And she's got such control over her golf ball. It's amazing. And the wins are going to continue to pile up for her year after year. I'm blown away by the fact that she is so aggressive on every single shot. There is no laying up in her game, and I love that. Now, that might cost her a few wins, but I tell you what, she's going to have a lot of wins because of that as well. I love the way she plays the game. It's exciting.
Just one off the lead after that hole. There's a real premium on your tee shots here at Torrey Pines South Course, keeping ball in fairways critical, and that is illustrated also by the par 4 fifth.
This fairway cambers from left to right, which helps a fade on this hole. However, don't get too overzealous and pull it, because that fairway bunker down the left, that sees a lot of action. Second shot is a green that pitches back towards you from back to front. That's got a lot of movement over on the left-hand side.
Opting for the 9-iron. This one's going right at the pin here. Great ball striking. It's a thing of beauty.
The iron play today has been absolutely stellar. Luke, the greens and regulation, just a fantastic accomplishment. Great to watch.
Ooh. Trying to get to 2 under with this putt. That's a lovely putt to make for birdie. Take some pride in that one. And with it, he'll move to a couple under par. Checking in on the leaderboard, this player is currently tied for first with Lydia Ko. Rich, there are a number of strong holes on this outward half, but the par 5 sixth, the players are definitely thinking birdie here, but it's all set up by the tee shot.
It's a nice reprieve, this par 5. Just a little bit dogleg from left to right. Keep it shy of those fairway bunkers down the left-hand side, and almost every player will give it a go in 2. This is a 3-tiered green with a low area over on the left-hand side that sees a lot of action.
Well, this should find the short grass. After a very consistent run of play over the last half a dozen starts or so, Rich, this player's coming with a whole heap of confidence, and they look to me to be one of the players to beat. Do you agree?
We've seen this player time and time again contend for tournaments, and it is no surprise to see him doing it once again this week. It is so fun watching this player. They're in top form.
And this player's really going after it here, Rich.
2 big hits there, knocking it on this par 5 and 2.
Ooh, right by the hole. A 7-footer right here.
This is their look at birdie.
It was on a good line. And that should secure the par on this one. It never feels nice. A 3-putt par here. He finds himself in a share of the lead. The par 4 7th, a little dog leg left to right. Again, positioning of the tee is key.
This fairway slopes pretty good from left to right. Players want to start it out at the fairway bunker down the left-hand side and just hit a gentle fade off of that. Second shot here is to an elevated green. Don't go long whatsoever here. That's when the barranca and the canyons come into play.
And Henny, what are you seeing down there?
He's about 155 from this hole location.
Going with the 9-iron, I think. Should find the green here. Oh, that's a great approach shot. Oh, good look at a birdie here. And that's their 4th birdie of the day. And with that, he'll move to 3 under par. Here's Lexi Thompson. Oh, that is brilliant. A bonus birdie.
And this is why you got to keep your foot on the gas at all times. These guys and girls are good.
Our current leader is enjoying a 1-shot lead. We head up the hill away from the ocean here at the 8th hole, Rich. A lovely par 3, but all the challenges in the green.
It is. It's very wide, not very deep. Players going in there with kind of mid-irons to short irons. Uphill the entire way. Difficult to get it on that back level when they stick the pin all the way on top.
Going with the 7. That wasn't their best approach, Beamer.
And coming up well short.
Ooh. Wow, that was impressive, particularly out of that lie. Well, you like the look of those hands.
Gotta say, his short game is phenomenal.
A par putt awaits. Now leading by 1 shot. The par 5 9th is a monster over 600 yards, Rich. Challenging, to say the least.
I think the challenging part about it, Luke, is it's just straight away. You have to hit a straight tee shot, a straight second shot, and a straight third shot to find the green in 3. It really is just that simple and straightforward. The green does have 2 tiers on it, but for the most part, Luke, it's an inviting third shot.
Rich, we know these days with the PGA Tour, the wraparound schedule, the tour begins in the fall, but really it's felt at the start of any new year that every time you come to Torrey Pines, the big stars come out to play. It feels like the authentic start to the season.
It certainly does that, and I think that the big-name players, the accomplished players, love coming here to Torrey Pines because it's going to give them a gauge of exactly where their game is at and what they need to work on. Because you can't go around either the north or the south course and geek it around. You have to be on your game. You have to drive the ball well. Your iron play has to be spot on, and your short game better be sharp, because if not, you're going to shoot a million. Both of these golf courses very challenging, but they're fair. And I think that's what the players love about it. If you're in a good zone mentally and everything is going well physically, you can produce a 64 or 65. But if you're hitting it poorly and you're not thinking squarely, I'm telling you what, 77s and 78s come into the equation real quick.
This putt just 5 feet away from the hole. Not a bad line, this. That's impressive. He just keeps extending his advantage over the field. And with that, he'll move to 4 under par. Don't know about you, Rich, but I'm getting my palms sweaty in the booth just thinking about this player's position with 9 to play.
Well, keep your hands to yourself. But yes, this player is definitely dialed in at the moment.
As we head to the back 9 here at Torrey Pines South, Rich, the 10th isn't a long hole, but the slope off the tee makes it a difficult one.
It is. It cambers pretty good from left to right, so most players are going to take something less than driver, probably a 3-wood or a 5-wood, and try and hit a draw into that bank to slow the golf ball down. You find the fairway, the green sits slightly above you, but the difficult part about it is it's got 3 different sections, a front, a back left, and a back right. You got to get your second shot spot on to have the best opportunity for birdie.
Oh, this is on a fantastic line. Is it the right distance?
That's right out of the copybooks. Exquisite. A birdie putt awaits. The putt drops, and that's back-to-back birdies.
Gotta like it. 2 in a row.
Sitting at 2 over par. This should play. Well, that's well played and sets up a good birdie look here at the 10th. Our current leader is up by 3 shots. There aren't too many easy holes here at Torrey Pines South, but the course certainly gets tougher as we head to the par 3 11th.
This green from the back tee looks minuscule. There's just not a lot of room on the front of it. Even the back section, which it does get a little bit wider, it still is very small. A massive shelf, top left. If you get it up there, happy days for you. If not, just find the green, 2-putt, make 3, move on.
Oh, can you believe it?
Yahtzee. Hole in one. Mark it down on the card, baby.
Well, I think that warrants another look. Let's see that again.
I mean, what can you say about a shot like this? This was absolute perfection.
And still in top spot after that hole. Keep it going. We head to the 12th hole. This par 4 is as big and as strong and as tough as you find anywhere on the PGA Tour.
This is about as tough a hole as you're going to find anywhere on the planet. Prevailing wind coming right back into the players. You just have to step up and hit a solid tee shot to find the fairway. From there, you're going in with a mid to long iron, sometimes even a hybrid to a green that sits just above you. Not a ton of movement, but enough from back right to front left to make you think.
Well, that's a handy shot. This shot from around the 200-yard marker. Going with the hybrid. Woo, back there, horsey. Now moving over to Lexi Thompson.
She made bogey, gave one back on the last hole.
Let's see if we can get this one up and down for par. Ooh, that almost went down. I like that. Always good when you've got hands like that around the green.
Judging it beautifully.
And here we are with the third shot. Didn't that look good for a long time? Oh, these are good for the momentum. These ones right on 8 feet.
Solid little par putt here.
That's well holed. And staying right where they were in today's rankings after that. All right, Rich. The par 5 13th. So much has been said about it. I'm interested in your thoughts.
This is one of the most interesting par 5s you'll ever play. If you hit a good tee shot, find the fairway, and you have the opportunity to reach, then happy days. But if you don't find the fairway or can't reach, now you've got to lay up into a low area where you're going to have a third shot that's absolutely blind. This third shot could be one of the most difficult third shots on the PGA Tour, bar none.
Good shot there. That's a fairway finder for sure. Second shot here on their 13th hole. That's tidy. Getting ready to play their third. Sitting at 7 under, currently in the lead. If my eyes didn't see it, I wouldn't have believed it.
Out of the rough, into the hole. Thank you very much.
And after that fine display, they are holding first spot on the leaderboard, with Lydia Ko trailing in second place. Always positive coming off a birdie. Let's see what happens here. From about 130 yards here. Chosen the pitching wedge here. Now that looked pretty good the whole way.
This one here, this is for back-to-back birdies, moving him in the right direction.
This is a good chance. Let's take a look at Lexi Thompson, shall we?
She had a bad previous hole, came off with bogey.
Oh, Henny, that looks like a putrid lie. Is it bad?
They got to use all the bounce and strength that they can muster. This is sitting down.
This one looks to be slightly offline here. Oh, that's great. It just missed the hole. Let's take a look at the leaderboard as it stands. Our current leader is enjoying a 6-stroke advantage. We stride across the 15th, Rich, and we talk about strong par 4s. This is another one.
As big as 12 was, Luke, this is almost twice the size, if you can imagine it, with a tiny landing area out there. This is possibly the meanest hole on this golf course. Not hardest, meanest. If you've walked off with par on this hole, job well done, my friend.
Wow, that was just striped. Playing from around 190 yards out. Looks to be going with the 5-iron. This one heading towards the green. Oh, standing ovation after that shot.
Heck of a shot, setting up almost a guaranteed birdie.
The putt drops and now 10 under, heading down the stretch.
What a great feeling being that far ahead with just 4 to play.
That's incredible. That is a touch of class from the bunker. So after that effort, this is the current standings on the course. Our current leader is enjoying a 7-stroke advantage.
3 holes remaining. This is what it's all about. Time to see who is going to get it done.
16th, the last of the par 3s on this golf course, but it's not an easy one.
This is underrated difficult. The green is big in size, but it plays awfully small because there's really small sections to this green. The front, the back right, and the top left. If you find the right section, job well done. If you don't, it's going to be a difficult 2-putt to say the least.
Looks to be going with a hybrid here. Yeah, that one's looking good. Oh, what a wonderful play. Leading with intent. Always nice to have a birdie putt. Oh, that's a ripper. He sits in first position.
2 holes to go, Luke. I know who I like.
The penultimate hole at Torrey Pines South is not a long par 4, but the danger lurks everywhere.
They moved this fairway to the left alongside the canyon a few years ago, which really enhanced the beauty, but also the fear of this hole. You have to challenge the left-hand side because the bunker down the right is really no good. From there, the green, it tilts from back to front, mostly with a really low section over there on the left-hand side. However, it still is a promising birdie opportunity.
Going with the pitching wedge here. Well, this one's going right at the flag. A wonderful shot here at the 17th and a chance for birdie.
And they've been rolling the ball great today. Another great look.
Players setting up, trying to get up and down from the bunker. What a shot! Almost went in the bucket. An opportunity for a birdie here. Look at him just surging ahead at the top of the leaderboard. Well, the finishing hole here at Torrey Pines South, one of the more famous on the PGA Tour, site of so many of Tiger's wonderful victories. Par 5, you can get there in 2.
You can, but you have to thread your drive in between those 4 fairway bunkers that line the fairway. From there, now you have to think, do I want to take on this flag with the bunkers right, bunkers left, and certainly the water in front? It's a daunting second shot, but if you're brave enough to take it on, then you could reap massive rewards.
Well, that was fantastic. What a shot from the leader.
Always like the aggressive play, going for it in 2 and get rewarded for it.
And this putt for the tournament.
Their short game today has been absolutely sublime fun to watch.
All right, let's see if they can compose themselves and knock it. Well, there you have it. There's your Farmers Insurance Open champion, and a great performance on a really tough track.
What a victory on this South golf course. This player winning the Farmers Insurance Open, surviving the South.
And Rich, mark that down as one of the outstanding wins we'll see this season.
It's always impressive when you see a player outshine their fellow competitors, because all of these players are really good, but this player made everybody in the field look very, very average. So good was their performance.
Well, another great day of action here at 2K Sports. On behalf of Rich Beam, the entire hard-working folks and team here, I'm Luke Elvey. We look forward to your company next. 2K Sports and the PGA Tour are delighted to bring you the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today's coverage of the AT&T Pebble Beach Pro-Am is about to begin. I'm Luke Elvey alongside Rich Beam in the booth, and it's a hello to Henny Koyak down on the course following our featured group.
Hi Luke, I'm pleased to be covering this featured group. We've got a fresh rivalry developing between these two players as well, so that should provide some great entertainment to the spectators this week.
Well, Henny, it sounds like this player's going for gold. They're trying to beat Xander Schauffele.
I wouldn't want to try and beat an Olympian. A gold medal winning Olympian with hair as good as Xander Schauffele and a swing as good as Xander Schauffele? No thank you. I'll leave this up to them.
Yes, I'm just looking through his list of weaknesses, and let me just list them off now. Yep, none. Good luck to you. Rich, a little bit of undulation change here at the opening hole.
The ball will be below the player's feet on this approach to the first green, so they need to take that into consideration. You might want to play for a little bit of a slice shot.
Oh, that's a tad disappointing, finding the branches there. That's a smart option. Back into the fairway. And here we are with the third shot. A good opportunity here, just 6 feet to the hole.
An important par save.
So far, so good.
Oh, that's a clutch par.
That's a rock solid par right there.
Lydia Ko is currently on top of things right now. And as we head to the second tee, the first of the par fives, and as we talked about, you've got to get off to a great start at Pebble Beach.
Absolutely, a par 5 that almost every player should be able to reach into. Just avoid the bunkers right and left, and you're going to have a clean shot into a very narrow green.
Oh, that's a high caliber shot. There have been a lot of players that have come out and people are quick to label them as prodigious talents and what they can do, but it's true about Lydia Ko that she is one of the game's prodigies.
Luke, when you say prodigy, I think Lydia Ko's name should just be, instead of prodigy, just say, look at Lydia Ko. Because this young lady has seemingly done it all at 14 years young. 14, won a professional event. The youngest, men or women, to ever win a tournament that early. That is astounding. 18 years old, major champion with the final round 63. It's mind-blowing how good this young lady was at such an early age. Yes, had a little lull there for a little bit, but now come back out and has just taken the world by storm again. 17 wins already and building in her professional career. The sky is the limit for Lydia.
Going with the 5-wood. Oh, golf clap. That's a beauty. Now heading over to Xander Schauffele.
He's got some work to do, but he's only one back from his rival.
Oh, almost went in. Yeah, you like the look of that right off the blade.
Tough bunker shot, no bother whatsoever for this player. They find the bottom of the cup.
Oh, it'd be nice to make this one. This one's for eagle. Oh, gee, that line was looking good, wasn't it? Just a short putt remaining here. And now this player sits in second behind the leader, Lydia Ko. And a par 4 awaits at this next hole. Attaboy, good shot. Time for the second shot into the third. We'll now move over to Xander Schauffele.
Yeah, he needs to press on that gas pedal. He's 2 strokes back from his rival.
Let's get back to it, shall we? Let's see if we can make this big putt for birdie.
Looking great now.
That's a good putt to make. We'll take that.
2 in a row there, Luke, getting their groove on.
Currently a couple under for the event. Rich, we get our first look at the beach here at Pebble Beach. This fourth is a short one, but beguiling.
It is just around the 325-yard mark. Most players tend to lay up and just have a wedge for their second. However, the big sticks, they can go ahead and take a rip at it, but beware, the beach lurks closely down the right-hand side.
Not a bad line, this one. Xander Schauffele, delightful player out of San Diego, California. He's got that cool vibe about him. Came out, won early a few times. But then he seems to have struggled to find that next step, hasn't he? He's sort of golf's almost man, except when he got that gold medal put around his neck.
I think that took his confidence to a place where it should have been in the first place, Luke. I think that this young man, he's got no weaknesses, very little weaknesses, if anything, in the game. I look at him and think, why hasn't he won more? Well, the problem is that he's put himself in contention so many times that there's only one person in the game that has won at a clip that he could have, and that's Tiger Woods. When you put yourself into contention as often as he does, you're just not always going to win. Somebody is going to come from back in the pack, shoot a great round, and you might struggle just a little bit, whatever the case. But
Yes, he hasn't closed as many tournaments as he would have liked, but he is there each and every week. I got to say, this kid he's a world beater. He's going to be phenomenal.
And he's not hit the mark on that approach.
Wind is absolutely swirling in this part of the golf course.
Xander Schauffele setting up his next shot. Okay, let's get back to it, shall we? Sitting at 2 under par. Currently tied for 3rd position. Oh, what a wonderful bunker shot. I like their courage to be able to get that to go down and save the hole.
Yeah, in the bunker off the tee. Great recovery.
And what are we looking at here, Henny?
You're going to need 1 or 2 clubs more because this green is sitting up.
Opting for the hybrid, I think. Uh-oh, this one's airmailing the green. That's nicely done. And this is an extremely long putt. You might even have to hinge on this one.
Putting for eagle. That always sounds good.
Oh, that's a fantastic attempt, especially from that distance. But it didn't quite drop. And now at 3 under overall.
Always like to see your name moving up the leaderboard. Never a bad thing.
Looks like they're going with the pitching wedge.
Looks like this one might be in the bunker.
Oh, that's unlucky. A buried lie in the bunker. Doesn't get much harder. How close was that to going in the hole? Great shot. And he needs this to save par. And there it is. Now heading over to Xander Schauffele.
He's currently trailing his rival. Let's see what happens here.
So after that effort, let's take a look at the leaderboard. Well, after the beauty of the 7th, we go to the beast that is the 8th. Is there a tougher 2-shotter on the property?
Not to my knowledge, no. At just around 425 yards, you're going to lay up to the end of the fairway. No driver needed. But the second shot is where it gets difficult. Downhill, a very small green. You knock it on here in 2, and you've done well.
That should find the cut stuff. A few shots under par at the moment. Currently tied for 1st place. Opting for the 5-iron. Not sure if that's what they're intending to do.
Missing it short there. They will definitely be upset.
Well, Rich, here's one of our proven performers in the FedEx Cup points race. They've been there or thereabouts for most of the season, and they go into this tournament as one of the strong favourites. It hardly seems a surprise, doesn't it?
It's never a surprise when you speak this player's name. They've been so good all year long. They've got to be one of the favorites, not only for this tournament, but also for the season-long FedEx Cup.
And if this can go down, he'll save par. That gets the job done. We'll now move over to Xander Schauffele.
Who'd have thought we'd see this? He is behind his rival. Can he do the catching up that's necessary?
Pebble Beach has a terrific stretch of par 4 starting from the 8th right through to the end of the 11th. Let's take a look at the 9th.
This is an interesting hole because it wants to make you aim left, but there's a bunker there that you need to avoid. Funny enough, there's a lot more room out to the right than what you can see off the tee. A very strong par 4 to finish the front 9.
Not bad. What kind of shot are they facing here, Henny?
I'd say he's about 165 from this flag.
Going with the 8-iron here. Left yourself an opportunity. Okay, Henny. What's he looking at with this putt?
Firm, back, up the hill. This will be a good one.
Oh, so close. Putting for a par now. And as we make the turn here, Rich, our player tied for the lead.
Every player wants to be in this position. I can promise you that. Let's see how they perform over this final 9 and if they can get the job done.
That should find the fairway. Sitting at -3. Currently tied atop the leaderboard. That might be one club too many. Yeah, not a bad effort, that one. Up onto the green and a chance to hole your putt. And this putt is for birdie 3 on the scorecard. Oh, just missed. This one just outside 7 feet to the hole. And in it goes for the par. He's currently tied for first. Well, Rich, we start to head home, but first we've got to head up the hill on this short par 4 11th.
Thankfully, a breather hole after the last few. This is just a 3-wood. Could be a driver up the hill. Second shot, very short, but beware, this green pitches severely from back to front. Watch the spin on your second shot.
Time for the second shot at the 11th. Choosing the 9-iron here. Well, a little off the target with that one.
Well, definitely the wind had to have gotten a hold of that one.
How close was that to going down? What are we looking at for this putt, Henny?
Setting up this putt 19 feet from the cup. Nice little par putt here.
Well played. Now heading over to Xander Schauffele.
Yeah, he just made bogey on that last one.
Here's Xander Schauffele. Well, that's got to have some impact on the scoreboard. Let's take a look. And now at 3 under overall. The first of the back 9 par 3s is the 12th.
And this is a mean one, not going to lie. It's mean. It's right around 185 yards, but the green, once again, very tiny. You come up short in that deep bunker, you're bound to make a 4.
Going with the 5-iron here. Not sure if that's how they drew it up.
Yeah, trying to draw that one in there, but not committing to it, leaving it out.
Here's Xander Schauffele. Terrific shot. Who could have thought you'd hole it? Let's return to live play now. No green in reg, but a chance to save their par. Wow. Came close on that one. Well played. A chance to save the par if he can make this one. And just keeping it in neutral on the leaderboard. Rich, let's head to the 13th tee at Pebble Beach, shall we? And what's the decision off the tee?
Aim it right, just shy of those bunkers down the right-hand side, and you've got a mid-iron for your second shot back up the hill. Again, a green that pitches severely from back to front as well as right to left.
This looks to be heading for the cut stuff. Playing this one about 130 yards out.
Puff of wind blowing right to left.
Chosen the pitching wedge here. I'm not sure that's what they had in their mind. That's further right than they wanted. Unable to find the green on this one.
Oh, look at that. The wind just wreaking havoc with that shot. Disappointing.
Wow, that almost went in the hole. And just about 8 feet left to the hole.
Short game has been especially sharp today, Luke. Very impressive.
For the par. He's currently sitting in second. As we head to the 14th, I know the 18th gets all the attention here at Pebble Beach, but this is a strong par 5.
Oh, this is a good one. I love this par 5. Just hit it just down the left-hand side. You can't reach the far bunkers down the left. Lay up with a long iron, maybe a fairway wood, but watch out. This third shot gets awfully tricky.
sitting at 3 under par, just behind the leader. Well, now you just got to pray for a good lie, because that one's heading towards the sand. Getting ready to play their third. Just one shot back now. That's on the green, but still a fair way away from the flag. An opportunity here to move into a tie for first.
And a big moment for this player with just 4 holes left.
That putt went a bit long there. Looks like a pretty straightforward 5-footer to me.
He's got this for his part.
That's a good putt to make, that one. We'll now move over to Xander Schauffele.
He's currently trailing his rival. Let's see what happens here.
And how did that shot impact the score? Let's have a look at the leaderboard. The leader now has a 1-stroke advantage. Just a couple more inland holes before we head back to the ocean. Rich, the 15th.
Hitting it anywhere down the left-hand side off the tee will find one of those deep bunkers, so you need to avoid those. Hit it out to the right, which will leave a great second shot into this green.
Oh, well done. Time for the second shot at the 15th. Good chance to move deeper under the card. This putt's for 4 under. Oh, what a shame. That would have been a nice one to hole. And that one's holed, and now just one shot off the lead as we make our way to the final stretch.
And they're going to have to really focus in here to try and chase down that leader.
Not really what they were hoping for there.
Second shot here on the 16th. Wonderfully played. Now, this would be a good putt to make. Stay close to the leader.
Always rooting for this player, Luke. I hope this one goes.
Just didn't drop. Oh, I don't mind this par putt. Yeah, well hold. Let's move on to the next. Now heading over to Xander Schauffele.
Birdied their last hole.
Let's take a look at the current standings. Trailing by a stroke after that hole. Let's head to 7, one of the most famous par 3s in all of golf. Rich.
Yes, just over 175 yards on the cart. It's a tale of 2 greens. When the pin is up front right, it's a birdie opportunity. Back left, find the green, make your 3, and sprint to the 18th tee box.
Come on, that finish line's in sight. Let's power towards it. And he's hit that inside the range. And he's down there. You got to read.
Setting up this putt 14 feet from the cup.
Go on, get in the hole. Ouch, that hurts. Pretty good chance here. This one's for par.
One of the good guys out there, Luke. I am hoping for this one to fall.
We'll now move over to Xander Schauffele.
Who'd have thought we'd see this? He is behind his rival. Can he do the catching up that's necessary?
And after that effort, this is how the leaderboard looks. Our current leader is enjoying a 2-stroke lead. Well, Rich, as we find our way to the 18th tee, few holes in golf capture the imagination more than the finishing hole here at Pebble Beach.
So much history on this hole. Aim it at the trees right in the center and hope you don't get unlucky and get underneath one of them. From there, it's going to be a layup out to the right and just a short third shot. What a wonderful, wonderful finishing hole.
Nicely done. Playing from around 230 yards. 2 strokes off the lead. Seems to have chosen the 3-wood. This one might need to set. Yeah, disappointing not to find the surface, Rich, but I like that play.
Airmailed the green with that approach.
Huge chip here. This would force a playoff. Oh, wouldn't that have been nice? And this putt for a final score of 68. Tracking. And that wraps up proceedings in this one. Well, Rich, we had high expectations for this player early, but sadly, no win in the end.
No, they just couldn't quite get their game going in the final round. Unfortunately, comes up a little bit short, but what can I say? Another solid performance.
Well, that just about concludes our coverage. On behalf of Rich Beam, I'm Luke Helvey. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow.